What is going on, everybody? It's your boy DOITWITHDAN, and I'm back here at Wow Motorcycles. They've lent me a Ducati Scrambler desert sled to do a ride on today. We're not going to do like a normal review. This is going to be more of like a riding review, and we're going to see how it goes, all right? Fun fact, you guys know that I bought the CB 1000 from these guys. I was looking at the bike, and this was a very close second. I had considered this bike over the CB 1000. Today I'm going to figure out whether or not it was a mistake to go with the CB 1000 over this bike. There were a few reasons on paper and physicalities of why I didn't choose the bike, mostly because of the ride height and cost, but we'll see if the bike outrides those resources, okay? So let's go hop on this thing and see what it's got. Ooh, she's got some stank to her. Man, she does have some stank to her. She's not, you know, how we got some good, oh, some good bar stability. Look at that. That feels great. Whew. All right. I tell you what, man. Wow. That thing feels really good so far. Very, like right out of the gate, feels awesome. I would tell you what, when I was looking to buy my next motorcycle, when I got rid of the Gixxer, I had heavily looked at this and the CB 1000, and the real reason I chose the CB 1000 over this bike predominantly was for the fact that the bike was a little tall, right? This bike's a little bit taller than the CB 1000, and it makes a little bit less power. So I thought, you know, it probably wasn't for me, on top of the fact that this bike is more geared towards like off-roading, right? It's more of like an off-road bike, and I'm not an off-road guy. Oh man, we got some power here. We got some power here. I could probably get it to wheelie, but you know, at the same time, it's not my motorcycle. I don't think I'm going to, even though I know this bike is plenty capable of wheelies. There's plenty of videos of online. There's plenty of videos online of people wheeling these things, right? And I will say, right out of the gate, I am noticing a lot about this bike. It's very comfortable riding position, very comfortable handlebars. The rear brake is almost non-existent, though. I don't know if that's a me thing or what. But, you know, I want to say I noticed on the last Ducati I rode, which was it the Super Duke? I rode something with another YouTuber, with my buddy Moto. And I remember thinking to myself, there is no rear brake on that bike either. So it might be a Ducati thing. I tell you, I don't ride Ducatis very often. I'm not a huge fan of whatever the fuck that was. I'm not a huge fan of Ducatis in general. You know, they're just not my jam. And honestly, I really thought because of the height of this bike, I was going to be miserable. You know, I read the weight specs, I read the height specs, thinking that I was going to be just outclassed on this thing. But it's really quite doable so far. Oh, look, we got a Lamborghini Uranus. We like those. I think we like those. I think my buddy Finn just picked up one. By the way, side note, my buddy Spin with Finn, you guys know and love him. He just had his first child. Had a beautiful baby girl just born just the other day. So can we get some congratulations in chat for a Spin with Finn, man? We love him. We're happy that he's doing well. My brother in Christ is happy and happy to be a dad. Got a lot of good torque. Good thing I didn't do a wheelie. I had considered it, but I didn't see that cop right there. See how this thing sounds in the bridge. Pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. It could use with a louder exhaust, but, you know, as it is, it's very nice indeed. I said, wow, why are we going so fucking slow? And man, this thing is just so comfortable. Dude, I used to be not into the upright bikes, you know? I used to be like, well, if it's not a sport bike, I kind of don't want it, kind of deal. Look at all these clibbins. I almost had to layer down. Hey, y'all, almost had to layer down, y'all. Y'all better watch out for them clibbins, y'all. God damn. No, I'm not allowed within 100 yards of this place. I got to get out of here. So, you know, after reading everything about this motorcycle before I even had a chance to hop on it, because what I like to do is I like to do research on a bike before, like prejudge the motorcycle before I even ride it, and then see if my general predisposition to the motorcycle, good or bad, holds up. Oh, dude, this thing is built for this. This thing is built for this kind of lifestyle. Carries a lot of momentum. I'll give it that. I mean, it's got great power for what it is, too. But my general predisposition for this motorcycle was, after reading the stats and the statistics on this thing, let me just go this way, was that it's just a more powerful DRZ, right? A Ducati powered DRZ is kind of the energy. Whoa! Whoa, watch out. And I did watch a good bit of reviews on this motorcycle too. Usually I do that before I decide to ride or pick up any motorcycle, right? I want to know the bike a little bit before I get started on it. And all the reviews that I've seen of this bike, people love them. There's really not many people who don't. But I tell you, one of the biggest contributing factors to me not getting the bike was the fact that it was a Ducati, right? I'm not a Ducati fan. I really am not. And I come from Italian bloodline. It's just, they're not my brand. They're not my style. I'm not a huge fan of them. They're expensive. They're kind of clanky. I believe this is air cooled, you know, so, and they're usually pretty hot. And right now, you know, it's nice and cool outside. My balls are still very heavy. Whew, man, this thing really turns though. Very surprised by that. I'm not gonna say it feels more nimble. The R7, I'm not gonna say it feels more nimble than the R7, because it doesn't. It's kind of close though. It's got a really good feel to it. I was not expecting the wholehearted, clean feel that I'm getting from this bike. I was really expecting it to be more rough, more heavy, but it handles its weight really well. Finding neutral is a little strange on this bike too, I'll say. It doesn't like to go into neutral. Now obviously, since this bike belongs to WOW, they're trying to sell it, they're not going to let me do any off-road adventures on it. They want me to keep it safe. So what I will say, if you're more looking into what the bike is kind of built for, the off-road stuff, the adventuring, the scrambling, if you will, the scrambling. Holy Jesus, look at these guys. Right safe, gentlemen? Dude, there's something powerhouse about being biker cops, man. Those guys, they wear the GSP on motorcycles. Dude, they ride year-round. Rain, cold, everything. Those guys are some of the hardest riders there are out there. I would put their, like, as far as their experience goes, and those bikes are big too, man. You ever see like a Georgia State, it doesn't have to be Georgia State Patrol in general. Who is this? Hello? Is this Tyler? I'm on my motorcycle. I can't see who this is. Love you, buddy. That's right. You better say it back, bitch. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I think I fucked up. No outlet, huh? Damn, I needed to charge my phone. Look at this turning radius. It's so confident, inspiring on this thing. The CB1000, it is somewhat confident, inspiring for sure. It's a comfortable bike, but the power band on the CB1000 is so different compared to this thing. This thing rides so smooth and comfortable. You're in such a, I would say actually, I think I fucked up. I think that this is overall a better motorcycle. I think I regret, maybe mildly, not getting this bike. I think, you know, it is kind of like a slightly heavier DRZ, man. It's kind of flicking in the back of the ear, like, dude, you know I can do better than this, right? Oh, squirrel, look out, buddy. I don't want to run you over. I'll scramble you. I'll scramble your eggs. I'll wait for you. The cars are coming. I don't want to pass in the same lane. I guess I will. Okay. Damn, dude, I really should have ridden this before I got the CB1000. I'm not really saying that I have regrets. I think the CB1K is still a very fine motorcycle. Oops, slip neutral. Classic. But god dang, I feel more confident on this thing. I feel more comfortable on this thing. The power is obviously not nearly compared to like the CB1000, but the CB1K has a much more aggressive power band. It's nothing, holy shit, where this is like linear. It's very consistent from start to finish. It actually feels more capable, right? Like obviously it doesn't have the most power, but It really wants to lean. It's got a great turning radius for like short radius turns. I can't believe how like comfortable you sit on top of this bike. And I don't mean to continue to compare it to the CB1K. It's just those are the two bikes in my head that I was considering. Those are the two motorcycles that I was like really torn between. They're both similar in price, and they checked a lot of the same boxes that I was looking for. Now, obviously, we got the Ducati tax, we got the pasta tax on these things, so it is more expensive to work on and maintain than like your Honda sport bikes. I will probably never have to do any sort of maintenance on the entire time that I own the CB1000. I'll probably change the oil, adjust the chain, maybe swap out the brakes, but really that's going to be it. I don't have to adjust the valves, I don't have to do any of this other work through shit, I don't have to rebuild the clutch probably. So that was a big factor for me as well, but I think that I might be maybe not even mildly regretting my decision. I think the term full-on regret is coming to mind. Like, damn, dude. Maybe I shoulda, woulda, coulda on the Ducati. Look at the little Chihuahua. Let me see the dog. Hey, look at that dog just chilling. Oh, we love it. Dude, is that Camaro from earlier too? Hold on. And that is a Camaro. All right, dude, that thing is... Ooh, Billy. I was so wrong, dude. I was so wrong about this bike. I thought it was going to be heavy and unwielding. You know, I really only sat on the showroom floor, and usually, you guys have to forgive me, usually when I do that, I can feel about 80% of the motorcycle before I ride it. I know that sounds stupid probably, but I've ridden so many motorcycles at this point, it feels pretty easy for me to get an idea of what the bike is going to feel like before I even ride it. You know, but I was wrong. I was wrong about this thing. Now, I'm gonna do you guys a favor. I'm gonna save you time on the specs. Here's all the specs on the screen. This is the boring shit. There's like 3 numbers that people care about: horsepower, torque, and weight. Outside of that, people don't really give a shit about bikes. The average person doesn't give a shit about anything else other than that. They just want to go fast, and they want to look good while doing it, right? That's like it. And this thing's really quiet. It's stock, right? At least I think it is. But an exhaust would make this thing crazy, dude. Yeah, we like this. We like this. It's like surprisingly easy to lean. I really thought I'd be fighting the weight on this thing. I really thought that I was going to be fighting, you know, just trying to ride it because of the weight. It's heavy. It's a heavy bike, and I don't mean like it's in the 400-pound range, which isn't crazy, but you think this bike is dedicated, not dedicated maybe, but more geared towards off-roading, or at least 50-50. You know, that's what scrambling kind of is, you know. You want to go hit some trails, this bike will do it. It's kind of made for that. Dude on a bagger, we like that. I know that's also going to sound weird, but it smells good. It's got a really good gassy smell to it, you know. When you're idling at a light, you get a little bit of flavor. I know that might not be everyone's cup of jazz, if you know what I'm saying, but I like it. I like the way it smells, I like the way it feels. And you know, it's important to note that during these reviews, I'm really only getting a small window of what this bike has to offer, of bikes in general, what they have to offer. You know, I obviously don't have any long-term experience with them. This is just my first glance of the bike, you know? And this thing doesn't need to be a 100-mile-an-hour motorcycle, even though that it clearly can be, you know? Man, that rear brake sucks, though. That part sucks. I'll tell you what, man. It's like a dual sport wearing a jacket, like a tuxedo, like a nice jacket to go out to dinner, right? Like, you ever see a guy covered in tattoos, but he's dressed to the nines? That's kind of what this bike is, man. Like, it fools you into thinking that it's a refined being a key word here, a refined Ducati with Italian genetics. Dressed nice, it looks cool, it's everything's built well. Underneath this you know, suit and tie, it's a fucking hoodlum that really just kind of wants to go and do hoodlum stuff. I want to go do hood rat shit with my friends. This would be, in my opinion, if you really like the DRZ, right, the DRZ Supermoto, if you really like that bike, but you wanted something a little bit more presentable, you know, this is your girl right here, dude. It can lug around the bumper-to-bumper traffic and do fine. It can hit potholes and not get fucked up. It can go off-road. It can take a beating. At least from the reviews that I've seen of people who beat the shit out of these things. These things are genuinely on the reliable side, and they have a lot to offer, man. It's kind of like if you had one of these, you don't really need another motorcycle. It checks a lot of boxes. It's comfortable, it's fast, it's decent on gas mileage, you know, if you stay out the throttle a little bit. I think the biggest problem for it is the fact that it is a Ducati, you know? But, you know what, I bet money if this didn't have the Ducati name behind it, if this had Yamaha's name on it, or if it had Suzuki's name on it, it probably wouldn't be as lustful, right? That's the word I'm going to use, is lustful here. I probably wouldn't be as drawn to it if it wasn't a Ducati. The Desert Sled is a Ducati cosplaying as a dirt bike. It's like, oh, maybe they won't notice it's over 400 pounds. You know, maybe they won't notice that it's 4 times the cost of service. Or maybe if they do notice, they don't fucking care. I tell you, I don't think I would care. Bikes are relatively minimal to begin with, as far as what you need to do to them, or they should be, you know? It's very flavorful. It's like a little flavorful dirt bike. Is there an exit here? There is, and we will take it. And this bike is also comfortable to stand up on, but it's designed to. You know, you're supposed to be able to womp the pegs. I was kind of hoping not to like the motorcycle because I didn't want to feel that buyer's remorse of the CB1000. And the CB1000 is still a great motorcycle. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying I think this might actually be a better value. I think this might have been the way to go. Here's the thing, man. I think if you want this bike, it is up here at WOW for sale, but I don't think it's going to be for long. I'm not implying that I'm going to get it, but I mean, like, damn, dude. The kickstand's a little goofy on this thing. It's hard to get down. It's easy to get up. God dang, dude. I think I fucked up. I'm being honest with you guys. I think genuinely I may have messed up by going, I should have got this over the CB1000. It really is. Damn. I'm not saying that the CB1000 isn't a good motorcycle. It's just that I feel like this is more fun. This is kind of, I don't want to go 150 miles an hour on a naked upright. I thought the weight was going to throw me off. I thought that I just thought I thought a lot of things. I thought a lot of things. And I'm just very impressed overall about how the bike rides. It's so comfortable. It's got plenty of power. You know, I don't think if you're going to get this bike, you're going to be looking for more of anything. I like the knobbies, you know. I do like the idea of being able to do, these look more like 70-30s. More for street, but you can go off-road with them. What a fabulous bike. What a fabulous bike. It's like the only time I've ever experienced buyer's remorse, right? Yeah. Huh? Like just sold? Really? Damn. The guy's lucky. I hope he likes it. It's getting shipped to California. Well, guys, I take it back. It's no longer for sale. However, they do have several other versions of this motorcycle up here. You got another Scrambler, right? You guys got a Scrambler. You got the blue one. No, the blue one sold. You guys got 4 of them. Okay, they got 4 other motorcycles similar to this platform here, which is fantastic. You know, WOW always has over 600 motorcycles on hand at all times. There's zero chance that they don't have something that you're looking for, right? So you guys could come here and check it out. It just looks so good. I think that's the best thing that it has going for it, is that it just looks, aesthetically, it looks so good. Good fender flop, we like that. Well, congratulations to the new owner of this motorcycle. It sold literally as I was pulling up to WOW. They're like, hey, we literally just sold it. So, but again, thank you, WOW, for letting me ride this motorcycle. I got more reviews coming. I got another one that I'm about to go in there and do that I think that'll be really interesting. That might come out before this one. But as always, thank you, WOW Motorcycles, for letting me do the reviews. Always love working with them. Make sure you come and see them. Also, November 3rd, there is a big open house. I'll be here. A couple other people will be here. So come on out and see us. We're looking forward to seeing you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
And one more thing before I let you go. Now the holidays are right around the corner, right? I have just released my first ever Christmas related stuff on the website. I make them all myself. Please give them a check out. And if you plan on ordering something before Christmas, please do it sooner than later. I am always backed up on stuff, so if you want to see it you're in time for the holidays, please go ahead and get that stuff done now. But here's a bunch of cool new designs, along with some cool video game weapons, assault rifle from Halo, the Gears of War Lancer, and the portal gun. These replicas, along with the Christmas stuff, is now available on the website, and you can use the coupon code DOITWITHDAN to get 10% off the entire website on all your orders. That is all live right now. And if you have any more designs you think would look good before Christmas, please let me know. Give me some ideas in the comments. But again, guys, I love you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.